Oh my gosh, we're gonna have a tie. Everybody, this is Brian Burley. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I don't know if you've heard of the political machine. It's a video game simulator. You could loosely call it a simulator that comes out every 4 years. It lets you pick your presidential candidate and run against another presidential candidate of your choice. But first, before I get started, if you can please like this video, share this video, and of course, subscribe to the channel. We're getting about 1,000 views on our videos on average, which is great, but I want to keep growing the channel. So yeah, this is the Political Machine 2024. I played the 2020 and the 2016 versions. This is just under 800 megabyte download, $19.99 on Steam. So not too expensive. I'm on my 5-year-old laptop right now. You can mess with some of the resolutions, the graphics quality, and some of these other things here. I'm going to change our cursor. Let's go with the patriotic cursor. And then right now I've got the graphics quality on great, but you could go up to ultra if you'd like, depending on what kind of computer you have. You could also mess with the resolution, and you can see in the background there how that changes. Before we get started, it's kind of interesting to see how they frame all the different candidates here and who they decide to put on the front home screen. You've got Trump, who looks a lot like Shane Gillis right here. It looks like the Shane Gillis version of Trump. You've got Harris, of course. You've got her VP walls, and you've got Biden hanging out back there. Got Vance, and then I believe this is Tulsi Gabbard they decided to put right behind Trump and Vance. And then in the middle, I was confused when I first opened up this application. It does look like that is RFK Jr., which why he's in the middle. Maybe this game thinks he's more important. I don't know if third parties play a role in this game. This game has been very granular in the past. If you go to the how to play, this is new. There was not a primary option in the past. And today I'm thinking I'm going to do AI versus AI. I've never done AI versus AI. I've only done myself versus another candidate. You can create your own candidate as well. And there's a number of different options here. I don't know if it lets you actually pick your VP this time. I don't remember in past games if it does. Here's a little bit. I'm not going to actually read any of this because I'm not going to play the first time. We're going to do an AI battle. But it does let you kind of select what states to go after. Enthusiasm, like electoral college math, actions. So in the past, you could like build bases or headquarters in each of the states, and you could target states. Found the game to be very difficult in the past, even on the easier difficulties. Political action cards. I think they had this in the past. This might be a little bit of a different rift on it, though. Travel. Yep, travel was in the old game. And stamina was a big portion of that. This game tends to overvalue. We're gonna do AI versus AI. Overvalue money and energy is what I've realized. We're not gonna do primary. We're going to do a presidential battle. We're gonna do, of course, Trump versus Kamala. I guess we get to pick a party, even though it's AI versus AI. There's different difficulties here. What is the really hard difficulty? Painful, tough. Okay, then we have advanced options. What do we have? Game length. Oh, so yeah, it used to be, I thought it was 26, but it's 28 weeks. Long, 41 weeks. Epic is a whole year. I'm gonna say we go to the quick side. I mean, we're already within 5 weeks now. Debate frequency. Let's put that to. Can we put it to 0? They're not gonna debate anymore, and I think. Well, we'll put one debate in because they did debate once. Technically, Trump debated against Biden. Random events. That seems to be a, relatively common. Let's put some random events at double, just have some chaos. That is as big of a factor here. Electoral votes. We're not going to randomize the states. Let's do the no cards mode since I don't know much about that. We're going to pick the Republican side. I believe this is AI versus AI is what I selected, though. So we'll see how this actually goes. Let's go through the candidates and just see. Let's start off at the top. You've got Chris Christie here. That does actually look a lot like Chris Christie. Stamina is tired. Funds, he's considered rich in this game. Average intelligence. Media bias, indifferent. I think the media is more biased to Christie. I don't know if that's accurate. Dan Crenshaw, he's loved by the media. He's kinetic. He's got modest funds. Of course, there's Trump. He's a tycoon when it comes to fundraising. He's got magnetic charisma. His head is bopping and the frame rate is dropping. That did not mean to rhyme, but it does. Oh boy. Boring Burgum isn't even in the game. His ratings speak as much for that. These bobbleheads are making my frame rate drop. Oh, they got some old timers. Dwight Eisenhower. That's pretty cool. They've got George H.W. Bush. Expert on the experience side. George W. Bush. He's got average on the funds. I don't know if I agree with that. He was a pretty good fundraiser. They have J.D. Vance, so you could pick him at least as, you could run him as president if you wanted to in this. I'm trying to go down this list here. Let's scroll down. Jill Stein, you can create a candidate, it looks like, as well. Jill Stein is none on experience and frugal when it comes to fundraising. They kept Mike Pence in the game. For those of you Mike Pence fans, he is considered an expert on experience, but he's tired when it comes to stamina. Oh, they gave him the world's biggest forehead. His bobblehead's got a big forehead. Mitt Romney is tired as well, and they gave him a bigger chin. They do have Nikki Haley in the game. She's superhuman when it comes to stamina, I guess. Minimal experience. I don't like Nikki Haley necessarily, but I mean, she was a governor and ambassador to the UN. I don't know if I'd put her as minimal. And funds, frugal. I don't agree with that either. She has like all the swamp money. Ralph Nader. Wow. He's I don't remember what he looks like entirely, but I don't remember him having such a round head. Got Nixon. And yeah, that's Nixon for you. Got RFK Jr. Media bias disliked. That's true. Let's see what else we have here. Since they have the primaries, that's why they have some of these candidates. So if you wanted to play as DeSantis and redo that primary, you could. That does not look like DeSantis. That looks more like a mix between Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio. I feel like if you were to have a Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio baby, that's what that bobblehead looks like. Got the best president in the modern era, Ronald Reagan. That does look like Reagan. I don't know if you guys have watched my video review of the Reagan movie. It's on my channel. Highly suggest it. Got Ross Perot here. I don't know if he was that disliked by the media. I was relatively young when that race was going on. I was under the age of remembering anything because I was born in 93, and I think this was the 92 election. So didn't he run in 96 as well, or he explored it? All right, Ted Cruz. Oh, they added the goatee for Cruz. Then we've got Tim Scott. And Tim Scott looks like what's his name from Saturday Night Live? Keenan Thompson. That's what he looks like. And then we've got Vivek Ramaswamy. He's loathed by the media and he has no experience. And he's a superhuman on energy. I agree with that to an extent. That guy has a lot of energy. But we're going to pick, for the case of this, we're going to pick Trump. All right, well, we'll go through the opponents, the Democrats, a little quicker. We've got Al Gore. And that does not look like Al Gore. It looks like he's got some lipstick, almost. That does not look like Al Gore to me. Andrew Yang. That looks more like Andrew Yang. They have Obama. Obama was in a previous version of the game, so of course he's going to be there. I don't think they have to license these people to have them in the game. I think they're just allowed to have them. Bernie. Looks like Uncle Sam trying to take your money, and he's trying to take your money. All right. Bill Clinton. So you can do the primary. So they do have you could have the fake primary if you wanted to have a fake Democrat, or you could try to maybe simulate a real Democrat primary with Dean Phillips or any of these candidates. Who else we got? We got Elizabeth Warren. They put Jill Stein on the Democrat side, but she's not a Democrat technically. She's Green Party. And Hillary Clinton here. She looks way younger with her bobblehead. Media bias disliked. I think the media likes Clinton. Unfortunately, that's not really accurate. We already saw Jill Stein, so I guess she appears on both sides. So I guess that's a way to get around it. Maybe the worst president ever, Jimmy Carter, and Biden very well could be the worst president ever. The intelligence being sharp, that's not very accurate considering he has lost his mind and isn't really running the country. John Kerry has that puppy dog look on his face as usual. Kamala Harris is who we're going to pick in a second. Marianne Williamson. Oh, they have Martin O'Malley from that, I think it was, the 2016 campaign. They have Bloomberg, who's flirted with both sides of the aisle. I think he ran as an independent, but then eventually switched to try to be a Democrat in the 2020 election, but failed. Pete's got a big forehead as well. Ralph Nader's also on this side, so they put the independents on both sides. That's why RFK, I guess, is technically over here on the Democrat side as an option. And Ross Perot is too, and then Tim Walz. Let's look at Tim Walz. He's considered hyper. He has magnetic charisma. I don't really agree with that. I don't think he's really good at fundraising. I think giving him average is being very generous. Let's look at Harris, because obviously we're going to have the AI. I'm assuming this is AI unless I'm playing as Trump. Go against Harris. She's considered an expert on experience. I don't agree with that. I mean, she hasn't been president. It has to be a little bit of like, you give her one step down from that. Charisma. She doesn't have much charisma. Intelligence. I don't agree with a lot of these. She has been able to raise money. I'm okay with this. Stamina. She's younger, so that's why they probably gave her hyper. Let's get started. Let's see. I don't know if I'm going to be controlling things since I said AI versus AI, or if or how this is going to work. We're just going to have to wait and see. It is freezing or something. Okay. There we go. So it's a 21-week run. So yeah, these candidates are running across the country. We have Harris over in Ohio. Trump is down in Georgia. Trump is going up to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. I think that he automatically go to Michigan. He built a headquarters over there. We got Harris over in Pennsylvania. Now they're both going to Texas, which is not very realistic at all. Trump spending more time in Georgia. Harris is trying to steal Florida. For those of you who don't know how this game works, essentially you have to just target states and win states. It's not entirely realistic. We're going to speed this up a little bit, otherwise it's going to take forever, and this video is going to be an hour long. So we're going to do fast speed and see how quickly things go. Harris is, and you go to states to fundraise as well, so this is too quick now. Let's go back to normal speed. Trump is spending time in Washington. I don't think that's going to happen. Harris is he's going to California, unless maybe he's fundraising. So you do fundraise in the game when you do play. I'm not doing that, obviously. We're just seeing a simulation. As you can see up at the top here, it's 44, 44, 12. I wonder if there are any, like, in the past there used to be, like, polling. Zagby polls. Let's pause this for a second and look at the polls before we go into week 3. The top issues are the economy, and somehow in this game, Trump is losing the economy by 0.2%. That is not happening in any of the polls. Trump is estimated to win right now, though, as you can see up here, 290 electoral votes to 248, but Harris is predicted to win the popular vote. Trump has spent a little bit more money. We don't have the cards turned on. Trump is killing it with the border, which is accurate. I don't agree with the economy. Abortion they gave to Harris. This would be like the game simulating a poll. Reducing inflation, Harris would not be ahead in there. Medicare, that is a Democrat issue. Tough on China, Trump is at 83 to 17. And then all other issues, Trump is winning. So the economy one is a lot closer. We'll check in here maybe about halfway through. Let's let it play out. We got Trump in Michigan, Harris in Pennsylvania. Spending some time. Trump's probably fundraising up in New York, and a lot of time spent in Texas, so they must be fundraising a lot. You can't really tell what they're doing when you're just doing a simulation. We'd have to stop and spend a lot of time, and we're not going to spend that much time doing the simulation. If we have some time after, maybe I'll do a quick run as Trump against Harris or Biden. But we'll just see. This is already going to be a really long video. You can see the question mark when you're playing the game in the middle here. If Trump or Harris were to go to where the question mark is, which is now in Indiana, you unlock something either good or bad. Sometimes it's like a bad thing. Let's speed this up a little bit. Let's get to like the halfway point if we can. These guys are just flying across the country, and I wonder if we do pause it for a second if we click on each of the states though. So Pennsylvania is the most important state. So yeah, this says the polling is at 20 to 19 and 61% undecided. I mean, that's not really realistic. It's usually like a much smaller percentage. They do have like party registration, 46-40 with 14 undecided or independents or decline the state. So far, the map is very realistic to how you would expect things. 20 to 20, 35 to 33 down here. They were spending some time in Georgia. Let's look at Georgia. Georgia is 26 to 17. Trump is up. And I think Trump's going to win Georgia, so that's obvious. And then North Carolina looks good. How is Virginia looking? So Virginia's looking like it's Harris. Let's look at Texas just because like they were both going to Texas. Yeah, it looks like Trump's going to be fine there. Look at the other battleground state. Trump is losing Wisconsin. A lot of time spent in Ohio, but Trump is barely winning in Ohio. That's not realistic in my opinion. You've got New Hampshire. Trump is up in New Hampshire. None of the polls really have Trump up in New Hampshire. Nevada's really tight. Washington is, they must be going up there because there's this wealth option, wealth population, but this wealth option kind of shows you how much, like California has 3.53 billion. It shows you how each candidate would try to, why they would go to a state to raise money. So let's speed this up a little bit. Let's see how things go. And, let them do their thing here. Trump's going to Washington again. He must be raising money. Let's get to like week 10 or 11. Let's get halfway through this thing. Pause it. Let's look at each of the states again. Let's look at the polling. See how much the candidates have spent. As you can see at the top, Trump is down in the popular vote by 1, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Obviously, this simulation cannot. There's supposed to be random events that pop up. We turn that up quite a bit, but the simulation obviously isn't gonna have assassination attempts. A video game doing that would be grounds to maybe getting taken off of the Steam store. This is only available on Steam, by the way. It's not on PlayStation or Xbox if you guys wanted to play it on there, which is kind of disappointing. I wish it was on both, but it is not. So we see them running up and down the state. Let's super fast forward to week 11. Let's get halfway through this race, or right before that first icon in the timeline above. And then we'll take a look and see how each of the states are going. And we will take it from there. So let's pause it. 3, 2, 1. Alright, I clicked pause. I think it paused. Like I said, I'm playing this on my laptop, so it's not the most ideal. It's not a gaming PC. So they're practically tied on the economy. Once again, not really realistic. Environmental problems, or protection, are also here. Trump's, the game, I don't know what they decipher these polling, if it's just random or they start at a baseline. There's public school funding, securing the border. Trump is still above 60%. Abortion, still a Harris issue in this. Climate change is now on here, and then all other issues. Trump is still winning. Trump is now, though, favored to lose the Electoral College and the election, therefore. He's got to get to 270. He's at 249. They think Harris is going to get to 289. Trump has spent more money. Let's see, but he hasn't spent as much political capital, so either he doesn't have it in this simulation, or let's take a look here. Let's take a look at the states. I'm on Iowa, just out of curiosity. 20 to 18 Iowa. Look at Michigan is 25-14 Harris. Wisconsin's 21-18 Harris. 22-17 Harris. This isn't realistic because this isn't like how actual poll. You can double click for more state info. I wonder what that looks like. Is that gonna do anything? Double click. Double click state for more info. So, well, that's just what I just did. So that doesn't show you anything differently. Let's look at Pennsylvania. Trump is down in Pennsylvania, a must-win state. So that's probably why the game is starting to calculate. And he's down in Ohio, not realistic. And he's down in North Carolina, also not realistic. But he spent a lot of time in Georgia, and he's up by 19. See, this is just not... It's a video game, but it's not necessarily... not realistic. I mean, in New Mexico, it shows them tied, for example. Like, Trump's not going to win New Mexico. It is still only halfway, through this, so we'll see. Maybe things will normalize by the time we get to the end, and we'll get, like, an actual really tight election, or maybe the game is super biased towards Harris. We'll see. I mean, these candidates are spending a lot of time in states they shouldn't be for fundraising purposes, which I don't think, this is 10 weeks out. We're almost to the 5-week out. Once we get to 5 weeks out, you'll see how things actually play out. In terms of, that's where we're at now. We're about 5 weeks out. We'll see how accurate it is. We do see darker red than we do see dark. We don't see any dark blue even in California. And Trump's all over the place. This is accurate to what Trump actually does. He campaigns everywhere. It looks like they've got their VPs here, but let's pause this for a second. I wonder if they selected different vice presidents. So, under this simulation, once again, it's a video game. I didn't get to pick the VP. He selected George H.W. Bush, who is no longer alive. So yeah, the game is obviously not the most accurate. And then we've got Al Gore. Oh boy. All right, well, let's ignore that. VPs don't normally make a big difference. I mean, I would say if the late great George H.W. Bush was still here, and if he was the VP, that would be a definite different type of ticket than the J.D. Vance selection. And Al Gore, who he doesn't even look like himself in that picture there, he would be an interesting choice. She could have picked him, but I don't think that was ever under consideration. Trump's up in Pennsylvania here, so once we get to, what are we, 5 weeks out right now, or 6 weeks out? We'll stop right before the 5th week, so in about week 16, once we're done with this one, we'll pause it. We'll take another look at this and see where things are at. It's starting to kind of look more like an election that might be predictable. It didn't stop the game for any debates or anything, so I don't know. Let's pause it real quick here. We're going to pause it. Let's take a look and see what these running mate selection... debate announcement will be announced, and then this was the debate. So they already had the debate, and then they have the actual election. But let's go through the states. So finally, Harris has a deeper blue state. California, she's up by 19. Nevada's neck and neck. Oregon is also somehow neck and neck in the simulation. So I guess this game is kind of a little bit all over the map. Maybe, like I said, it'll normalize by the time it's all said and done. We've got Trump up in North Carolina by 8 here. We've got... I wonder what these numbers are here with the little profile icon or person icon and the 6%. Let's look at Ohio, because that was a weird... See, it says Trump losing Ohio. That's not going to happen. Republicans have Ohio under control. We have Trump up in Pennsylvania. How does Maine is up here? It's undecided, as is Trump's up in New Hampshire. Vermont is close. That's not very accurate. Michigan's tied. Wisconsin, Trump's up. Minnesota. Okay, let's look at the overalls and let's let this thing play out from there and just see how this plays out. Doesn't look like these numbers are changing much. And Trump now is favored to get 293 to 243. He has spent more money, and he's winning the popular vote in this so far. So let's fast speed our way through this real quick and see how it concludes. Maybe we'll pause it the week before the election, see what these guys fly around. Trump's out in is that what's that? I don't even know. All over the place. It's hard to keep track of them. A lot of time raising money in Texas and California for these. Ignore the vice presidents and everything. Keeping our sanity. We've got Some states getting a little bit more red here in the middle. No state has flipped any way that you wouldn't expect so far. You got Georgia, that's a lot more red than you would believe at this point. We're about 3 weeks out from the election at this point. Why is... Whoa. Let's pause it here. We got a purple New York. That is not likely to happen. It's a 2-point race with Harris. People were saying... Oh, no, it's Pennsylvania. I'm sorry. I'm losing my mind. So, actually, Harris is up in Pennsylvania here. Thinking I'm looking at New York and I'm saying Pennsylvania. I apologize, guys. To any viewers that live in either of those states. Still has Trump expected to get 295 to 243. Maybe the polls will be wrong, like they will be probably in real life. Going through these real quick because we're right there, almost done. We're 2 weeks from the election in this case. And let's let this thing play out here. Let's let this finish and we will watch the results at the end. There we go. There goes New York. Blue. Pennsylvania's in purple. We're spending time in the Midwest and the Northeast. Not a lot of time in Arizona or Nevada. I don't know if that's because the game... we got a blue Ohio, which I don't find accurate at all. But we'll see. All right, well, we're going to go through the states and we're lagging here bad. Got blue states. Can I slow this down a little bit here? All right, there's New York is going to go blue. Pennsylvania goes red. So that's a big win for Trump. Red down to North Carolina. Everything's red except expected to go red except Pennsylvania, which we need to go red. That's gone red, so that looks good for Trump. Ohio goes blue though, so this game had a very unrealistic flip of Ohio. And we're lagging here. I apologize. I don't know why we're having that issue. Michigan goes blue. This is going to be a close election. It's 160 to 115 right now. We've got a blue wall with exception of Pennsylvania. I think if Trump wins the Sun Belt in this case, he's going to still win though. But we'll see. Everything going kind of got a blue wall with exception of Pennsylvania, but Trump lost Ohio, so Trump's up to 214. If he wins Texas, he's going to be on the brink of it. I think 254. He only needs one more state, really. So he's one or two more states. He's going to win this state up here. A couple states up here he'll win. He's going to be at 270, I think, here in a second, guys. He's going to 267, 278. So in this simulation, Trump wins the election. 282. Is he going to... He didn't win Nevada. How did Oregon and Washington go? He won Oregon. So, I mean, they traded Oregon for Ohio. Not realistic. This would be like a crazy election prediction to have. And there you go. Trump won with 293. Trump has won the day in the presidency with a strong showing in both the popular vote and in the Electoral College. One of the deciding factors in Trump's victory was their use of political capital. Why is it there? His use of political capital. Come on now. Which they used more extensively than Harris. Trump spent less money than Harris, which just goes to show you that you don't have to buy your victory. Okay, which he didn't in 2016 and 2020. I think he was outspent. So that might be an expectation. So electorally, he was at 293. Popular votes 99.16 million. I don't even remember what the vote total. Let's look and see what the vote total was in 2020 and do a quick comparison here. 2020 popular vote. I'm looking it up. Give me a second, guys, here. People always like brag about how many votes they got, but it was during a pandemic. Biden 151. I want to know the raw number here. Sorry, guys. While I'm doing that, I wonder what the score means, and let's go back to the map while I'm looking that up. So we had 99 million. You go back to the map. Can we zoom out here? They don't let you zoom out? Or I wonder how close Oregon was. Let's look at Oregon. Oregon was literally 50-50, so they don't even decipher much of a difference. And then Ohio Okay, Trump losing Ohio by 14. Like, give me a break here. That's not really realistic. Let me. I'm trying to find the popular vote. So in real life, 4 years ago, Trump had 74.2 million, and Biden had 81.2. So I don't think the turnout's going to be up as high as getting 99 million. I could be wrong, but let's look at the exit polls real quick before we end this video. Trump was doing well with small businesses. That wasn't on the polling when we looked that up at one point. The economy didn't change at all, so I'm starting to think that these numbers don't change very much. If you were to play the game, they would. And yeah, so Trump won. So if we go back to the main menu here, that was interesting. So we're back here. Let's lower the graphics quality real quick a little bit. Let's go to good. I'm gonna have that. Let's go down to 720p. Or no, let's just go down to 900. Let's see what happens here. All right, let's play a quick simulation. We'll be Trump, and we're gonna put it on. I'll do normal, advanced. Let's do one debate, random events, double. Let's do everything we did. I wish there was a way to get lower than 21 weeks. That's a lot. But, you know, we're going to just try to have fun with this and see what it's like on this side where we actually play. Let's start the game. I will be Trump this time. And we'll see how things are different. And we don't need a tutorial because we're just winging it. I could end up losing really badly. We'll see. The first thing I would do is go up to Pennsylvania. I just hit play. Go up to Pennsylvania, Trump. Go. I have to select Trump. We have a headquarters. I have Trump. Go to Pennsylvania. I don't know what my problem is. Normally you would just select. Do I need to drag him? Right click. Oh, I have to right click. They changed the controls. I apologize, guys. How do I build a headquarters? Harris is running all over the place. Let's construct a headquarters. Let's just go ahead and do it. So we're doing that in Pennsylvania. Where else do we need to go? I'd really like to win Ohio since the game was not very accurate about that last time. Let's go to Ohio. Let's play some defense in Ohio. Trump would probably just need to give a speech. So let's just give a speech about deporting the Haitian immigrants. Let's do that. Trump does that. We got Red Ohio already. And then Trump's going to go to Michigan. What are we, out of energy almost? Let's see. Win endorsements. War room. Can do the... let's decrease her enthusiasm in Michigan. I'm good with that. And then we're going to go down to California. And I want to raise some money. But first, let's try to... let's get the... Can I spend this or no? I cannot spend that money. Oh, you know what? I think every time I hit play, I was skipping a week. All right, let's raise some money in California because it's the only reason why Trump would go. We got 718. Let's go to Georgia. Let's create an advertisement. Georgia. Let's talk about the economy there. We'll run an ad about the economy. Saying Trump supports the economy. I mean, obviously he doesn't want to oppose the economy. That's kind of a weird way to go about it. Let's go up to North Carolina. Can we try to get an endorsement yet, or how does this work? I don't have enough money yet, so I think you have to, or enough political capital. Let's do a, we'll smear Harris in North Carolina. And then I think if you just go to the states, there's some benefit to that. Because your presence is there. So we're just going to go there. Then we're going to end in Texas. And we'll do the next term. We'll do a fundraiser. Let's bring in a little bit more money. I want to get this done early so I don't have to worry about it later. She's up a little bit here. What does North Carolina look like? We're doing good there. Georgia looks good. Arizona's okay. I want to spend some time in Arizona though. Let's lock down Arizona. Let's just give a speech. Or what kind of, can I pick what kind of advertisement? In the past you could, let's just attack Harrison. I think it would be opposing Harris on the economy. Okay, let's see if this works. Yeah, let's do that. We've got a little question mark up here. Someone on your campaign team recently accidentally hit reply all to an email and complained about working for you. Email ended up online before you saw it or had a chance to address it. Okay, so you can let it let the complaints go unanswered. Spend $50,000 to suppress the story. That's not very Trump-like. Get your spin team to turn the criticism into a joke. Meet the aide to discuss their grievances. There should be an option, fire the aide, because that's what Trump would call it a joke, though, so we'll do that. What? I got some more enthusiasm. All right, well, whatever. We're not doing great on energy here. I say we go to Wisconsin. We haven't gone to Wisconsin yet. We'll go to there, and then we're gonna do some more work in Pennsylvania right when we go into the next turn. This is gonna be a long video, guys. If you're still here, if you're still watching, I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Let's do a Trump supports fracking, of course. So let's do an ad in Pennsylvania for fracking. We're going to win Pennsylvania, so we're going to give a speech there, too. We're going to just make sure we lock down. We're going to oppose Bidenomics. And where else should we go here? How are we doing in Ohio? We're doing pretty good. I mean, I haven't done anything in New Hampshire. Let's go up to New Hampshire real quick. We'll raise some money up there. Only 50 grand. It's not great, but maybe we should go down to Florida. Oh, I'm out of stamina. Excuse me. I'm thinking we got a red Pennsylvania already, so I'm the ultimate campaign manager. Harris was able to secure the endorsement from the Environmental Protection Mutual. Yeah, who cares? Okay. Let's go to winning some more endorsements. Does he have enough yet? He needs a little bit more political capital. Cancel here. Let's go. We're doing okay on money. Let's go to Nevada since we haven't been in Nevada. Let's 4 stamina. Let's let's do a actually don't want to do it. Let's just give a speech in Nevada. Trump supports immigration reform, or I mean more specifically the wall, but let's just talk about the economy. Let's go to California while we're out here, because let's be very Trump-like. Let's raise some money so we don't have to worry about that later. Let's go to Wisconsin, Minnesota might be out of reach. Michigan's a 50-50. Let's go secure this state real quick. Raise some money in Iowa while we're there. Let that turn play out. So we're doing good there now. Let's go to Michigan. Let's make a bigger play in Michigan. Let's build a headquarters. Let's go to Pennsylvania. Let's give a speech opposing Harris's economy. What are we doing in doing okay there. Let's just go there though real quick. And then we're gonna stop in Texas. We're gonna stop in Texas, raise some money in Texas when we start off. Okay. Let's see what kind of endorsements Trump can get. Does he have enough? He has enough. So, future community builders, border security advocates. Let's get border security's endorsement. Trump was able to secure the endorsement from border security advocates. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so we need to do anything. I'm kind of thinking we're in a pretty good spot here. Let's just raise another bit of money here so we don't have to come back. So we're just spending in the last little bit here. Let's go up to Michigan again. My home state of Michigan. I'm going to give a speech talking about reducing inflation in Michigan. That sounds like a good idea. And then let's go to here. What are we doing in Iowa? We're okay. Not really realistic because you wouldn't have to play in Iowa. You know, these are not states like where they're spending money. How are we doing in North Carolina since she's there? I think we're fine. Everyone's talking about Virginia, but I want to go to Florida and raise some money. I'm only doing this because the way this game would work in the past, you'd have to spend a lot of money at the end. So I'm just doing that real quick here. So that way I don't have to worry about it. And what are we doing? We're doing okay up here in these states. So let's go ahead and go back to Pennsylvania. Give another speech and then call it there. Support securing the border. And we'll go to the next turn. We're almost halfway through here. I hope for the sake of this simulation. Who cares? I don't know how much of a deal that makes. Let's do some advertisements. Support securing the border advertisement. So in Pennsylvania, we're looking good. Let's go to Ohio real quick. Call from newspaper insider. I have 30 seconds, so I'm just calling to let you know that tomorrow's headlines will be dominated by the birth of some endangered animal at some zoo, someplace. I've told no one else. Anyways, gotta go. Bye. Next turn, decrease ad effectiveness in all states by 40% for one turn. Oh, okay. That's cool. So don't spend any ads right now if you're going to, essentially. Okay, let's I think if we just go to these states, we're gonna be fine. I don't think we have to actually do too much. Let's go to Michigan and give a speech and then call this support reducing inflation. We already did that. Let's say let's talk about the border again in Michigan. All right, well, let's go to the next turn here. Let's look at the polling real quick too. Oh, I gotta pick a VP. I'm like, where are we going? Why is there another screen? I'm gonna pick JD Vance just for the sake of not having to spend money probably in Ohio anymore. And distracted popular headlines and top stories are distracted or sidetracked by something. Stop, puppies. My dogs are playing. I'm sorry, guys. The story will pass and attention will return, but for the time, ads will be less effective. That's fine. I'm not upset about that. Recent UN statements indicate that the latest humanitarian crisis from glowing conflict zones require immediate action. Some news outlets push that the United States should step forward and take action or take charge on the effort, while others argue the UN continues to demand too much and the United States no longer benefits from the UN. Okay. I feel pretty good about Ohio now having Vance. I feel good about Michigan. I feel good about Indiana. I don't know why these states are kind of like unnecessarily purple. Let's go to Iowa. Let's go to Texas. What's going on in Texas? We're losing Texas. Yeah, right. Okay, let's just build a headquarters just to have let's do a voter registry, or no, let's just do a Do that. We'll raise some money to pay for it. We're just going to spend time here in the Sun Belt before the turn's over. And we'll end in California. Pennsylvania's going to host the debate. Okay. Let's raise some money. Yeah, this is something Trump would probably do. Let's go to Pennsylvania. We're up big in Pennsylvania. It's purple, but I mean, up by 6. Feel pretty good about that. Let's see. Feel pretty good about the whole map besides Texas. You're gonna make me spend some time in Texas for no reason? What's the question mark here? Let's see what this does. Offer from Big Pharma. Good afternoon, Trump. You seem like a promising candidate and one that company the company I represent is most interested in. Can't talk straight. I'm tired. I'm tired. Sorry, guys. What are they trying to offer? No, I'm not accepting this. All right. Okay. How are we doing on time here? We're about halfway through. Let's just spend some time in each of these states. All right. We're on a timeline. We don't have time for that. Run some more ads in Michigan. Let's talk about reducing inflation. Oh, see, 21 weeks is a in some ways it's a little bit of a drag, really. I mean, it's a lot. It's just a little too much, in my opinion. Just give a speech and we'll see what kind of political capital we have again. We don't have enough for anything yet, so let's just give a speech here in Kentucky so we don't have to worry about it. And let's go to, how are we doing in this state? Fine there. Let's go to Iowa. Finish in Texas. Go to the next turn. United States. What is this? All right. Natural disasters, but a recent severe incident with left people taking headlines for a teacher report. All right. This is taking forever to print out. I'm guessing that it's going to take some attention off of the actual campaign. So let's just give a speech in Texas because I don't want to mess with it. Let's just talk about securing the border. That's a hot button issue there. Well, we don't have to spend any more energy. Texas. Then North Carolina looks okay. We'll just follow we'll follow Harris here. We'll do some more North Carolina. Let's spend some money in just some ads just to be safe. Let's talk about supporting strong economy. Let's look at Pennsylvania. I don't want to just drive my headquarters. I'm just trying to. Okay, let's just go up to Pennsylvania. Let's finish up here in the PNN. It's supposed to be like CNN, the Political News Network. Okay, so I guess, do we actually get to have the debate? This is pretty entertaining. Hey, welcome to the 2024 presidential debate. I can't keep up. I can't speak that. Trump gets the first question. How do you prioritize environmental protection in the context of... Okay. I mean, this is what he's gonna say. I'm gonna answer how I think the closest to where Trump would actually answer. Harris, now is your opportunity to respond. All right, let's go. Answer the question. Does she answer or do I answer for? Okay. So way to answer PNN totally asked left-wing question. This debate is televised nationwide. Now for the next question. Decisive. And there's only going to be 2 or 3 questions in this debate. On the funding for education improves students' access to quality for education for all. Okay, now Trump gets to respond. What does he do? Look at his hands. Trump's hands are like baby hands. Okay. I mean, plan for. I'm trying to read these and decide. Let's Trump would attack the opposition. Let's just do that. That was a very endearing response. This isn't going like a great debate so far. This is too much like the actual debate, in my opinion. Can we get a question about like immigration or the economy? Oh, great. Yeah, here we go. This is like CNN. Talk about a biased debate. Can we get a question about the economy, about taxes? So we actually had this question, obviously, in the debate. We're gonna do this. Hopefully there's more question. They don't just end it like abruptly after one of these. All right, let's see what this last question is. Oh my gosh, now a union question? Like, can we get any like economic questions? Pick apart your opponent's statement, Trump. All right. But unions create more problems. Unions are crucial. Oh, really? I mean, this is not how a debate would actually go. I'm trying to pick out of the 4 crappy options they give. I'm trying to pick the option that I think Trump would actually select. And, oh my gosh. The crowd is clearly full of Harris supporters. Okay. Let's see what options Shane Gillis has here. All right, let's load. I fully support integrating. There's not strong support for that. Yeah, this is absurd. I don't care. This game's rigged. I'm not gonna select their. Trump would never agree to a PNN, or this is essentially saying it's a CNN. Yeah, that's the debate. There was no questions about immigration or the economy. Okay. It was a 2-on-1 debate. Whatever. That was actually a rigged debate. All right. Let's see here. Where are we at? We're over in Ohio. We gotta win Pennsylvania. And then that just has to happen. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So let's our opponent opposes securing the border. Let's just do what we gotta do. What are we doing in Texas? 6 more weeks here. Let's go to let's go to North Carolina. Oops. I gotta select Trump. Sorry. That's the only thing about this game is that it's kind of hard to navigate where you want to navigate. We're just gonna give a speech. Supporting the economy. Let's talk about securing the border. Okay, we've got our own little red wall down here. Let's get some of these states back in the red though. I don't understand what distinguishes a red state in this. Not entirely clear. The political capital. I didn't read the directions, so we're just truly winging it right now. And got Vance here with us. How are we doing in Pennsylvania? We're still good? Oh my gosh, just trying to select the state. I think we're good there. Let's go up here. We haven't seen what's going on in Minnesota. Let's make a light little push for Minnesota. What do we got to lose? We will talk about the economy. We'll go negative on her and the economy up here. Maybe Minnesota will wake up a little bit. We'll see. We'll end in Texas. Next. All right, I don't got time for this. Let's just keep going. Oh, it's saying we're going to get our butt kicked, but we'll see. Are we, I'm just going to run an ad here. So we got to secure some of these states. We got to spend some of this money too. All right, so there's 3 more weeks left. Got some unnecessarily purple states. This game is kind of rigged against us, and I don't like it, to be honest with you. I don't like how rigged it is. Let's just build a headquarters. Oh, there's no point in building headquarters at this point. Let's where do we have to go here? All right, we got, what, 3 weeks left. Okay. I am still a little confused about how this game entirely works. You know, it's hard to tell. I'm losing in some states that I was not expecting to lose in. I'm out of money, that's one thing. I spent like a lot of time raising money in this game, and I think I spent it on advertisements. Too much on advertisements. Now I'm forced to go and raise some money to make sure our campaign doesn't go broke here in the final little batch time. Let's do this. Let's talk about inflation. So, I mean, we got to make sure we get Pennsylvania and Texas now. I mean, I'm guessing it's looking like I'm going to lose. I'm at 237. It's not looking great. We're winning Pennsylvania. Ohio, we're up. Yeah, no, we're technically up. We're not going to lose Missouri. What the hell's going on here? Let's hope for something good. We're going to go here and see what this is. We're going to bring back jobs. That's what you would do. I think we're looking okay in a lot of these states. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Texas, we're down big. We got to go to Texas, and we're going to have to spend some money here. I'm going to have to live in Texas the last little bit here. I gotta win Texas, otherwise there's no hope. This menu is not how are we doing? Okay, in Texas we need to give a speech. I mean, there's some states like that you wouldn't. This game isn't realistic. You'd never have to spend time in like some of these states. I don't know if I need to do more. I'm looking okay in Texas. Let's go up here to this. Okay, I'm guessing it's just like that other one we had. Did I select that? Okay. We're going in the last thing. That's it. I don't think there's any more. I think we lost because this game, that debate, they overvalued that debate that was rigged against us quite a bit. Go in Pennsylvania. We needed to do that. We're doing good all up and down here. Yeah, right. With Vance, I lost Ohio and that state. This is ridiculous. But I won Michigan. There's logic there. It's like a mixed bag of what to expect. Gotta win Texas, I think, if we want any hope to get there, because we're not doing too hot. If we lose Texas, it's game over, I think. We need Texas and we need the Sun Belt. Okay. I still don't know. It's going to be really, really close. I don't think we're going to get there, guys. Oh my gosh, we're going to have a tie. No, I'm going to win Alaska. I'm barely going to win this thing, I think. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. This game is something. Trump managed to win in the Electoral College despite the general lack of support from most voters. Trump won despite the fact that Harris used more political capital. Trump spent less money than Harris. Sorry, not less time. Spent less money than Harris, which just goes to show you that you don't have to buy your victory. That was the same. And then he's got less votes than we did in the simulation. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for today. That was very interesting. We barely snuck it out 272. I thought we were going to have a tie for a second. You know, if you get to 269, 269, I wonder what happens in this game if you actually get there with a tie. Well, I just want to say thank you for everybody who watched this and gave us a like and a subscribe so far. I've enjoyed making videos. We'll do more videos like this maybe if you have any ideas. I could go back and try to do a Trump versus Biden, although it looks like they didn't adjust Biden's intelligence scale on the ratings. So I don't know how accurate it's going to be because it looked like Biden was going to lose bad, and this game is a little absurd with some of the things that happen. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I appreciate all the support, and have a great day.